Islam meaning peace. You got your partner AAWRS1 with from Christianity to Al-Islam series. Let's pick it up from where we left off. Inshallah, I'll make it short. So I meet the Somalian young brother, alhamdulillah, who gave me the Quran right now. While I'm in the county jail, I done made alliances with brothers who are also going to the penitentiary. We all Christians, you know what I'm saying? Some Bloods, some Crips, you know what I mean? So that's how we rolling. And we were basically all first termers, you know what I'm saying? We were fish, you know. You be on Fish Row, you know, when you first come up in there. So y'all remember on the last video I was talking about my first night in the pen that we had to stay in the hole, right? But I can't say this though, them trays that they slid us to eat, they was fat. You know what I mean? That's the damn thing about the trays was fat. But anyway, I get to the reception yard at Donavan. Back then they had the weights and everything. You know what I mean? So I get this buster as a cellie, as I found out as we went on. You know what I mean? And back then they had weights on the reception yard. You know, you didn't have nothing coming, but the cats that was working at the porters, they were selling tobacco. If you had stamped envelopes. Back then, you know, you could go up and do a little damage if you had some stamped envelopes, but stamps are more preferred, you know, because, you know, you can trade them stamps to get full cash if people can. You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember one time I had bought some tobacco, you know, and this fool was trying to, like, command my tobacco. You know what I'm saying? So I had to check it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, partner, you didn't put no money on this here. You know what I'm saying? Go on and just give me all that right now. You know, here you go, right there. You know what I'm saying? So right then, let me know, okay, I'm just going to have to get another sale from this fool. I already know that already. We used to work out on the yard together. You know, I figured, you know, it's my first term, so I'm trying to get some game. Ain't no shame in mine. I want to know what's going on so I can maneuver, right? Anyway, I get away from the buster. I get shipped to CRC, right? California Rehabilitation Center. Remember, I was telling y'all about that on the last video, right? So I get there. But before all that, I'm skipping. Before all that, with the crew that I was rolling with from the county jail, when we got to Donavan, I got sent. See, I skipped some stuff. I left the reception yard and I went to the 3 yard. Forgive me, y'all. And I ain't going to write it down. I'm still shooting it from the best of my memory from the head because it's been so long. I left the reception yard and we went to the 3 yard. The majority of us went to the 3 yard that came from the county because we first termers, right? So we get to the 3 yard. That's the money yard. Remember I was telling y'all about the velvet yard? That's the velvet yard right there. So I walks up to my cell, right? I see this old school player partner in there, perm, everything. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, we're going to call him PBB. We're going to give his initials from out of the hood down here in Dago. Pimp, right? Anyway, I go up in there, introduce myself, you know what I'm saying? And he had been in that cell for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? He had 3 more to do. You know what I mean? And I came up in there, you know what I'm saying? He asked me some questions. You know, I told him I don't gang bang or nothing. You know, I'm trying to change my life. I got some Christian brothers I hang out with. Whoopty wham, whoopty whoop. He was like, okay. So then I said, well, OG. That's what I used to call everybody older than me. I call them OG when I was in there. All my cellies, I call them all OG. I don't call them nothing else. I said, OG, could you give me some advice? You know what I'm saying? Now, you notice I didn't say, could you give me some game or could you pull my coat? Or could you scrape my brain and other than that? I said, could you give me some advice? You see what I'm saying? Showing respect to the brother. You see what I'm saying? He said, well, oh, man, you know. He said, you got any homeboys on the yard? I was like, nah. He was like, you banging? I was like, nah, I don't bang or nothing like that, you know. I said, I was schooled basically in the streets from the Bay Area, but I did live in Compton, in Long Beach and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, okay. He said, just mind your own business, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't get nothing on no credit. And don't take nothing from nobody. And I was like, all right, cool. So boom, I'm up off in the cell with the OG, and I'm going to do my thing. You know what I mean? I go out there and stay on the yard all day. You know what I'm saying? We had our little circle, our Christian circle, and we made sure that everybody had a proper understanding of the Bible. And we had some knowledgeable cats. We had one knowledgeable cat, but you know what? I think he was a fruit. I think he was an undercover fruit. I'm going to leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I feel that I have sufficient burhan. I have sufficient burhan proof. You know what I mean? But I'm going to leave it where it is, but I think he was an undercover fag. Straight up. Anyway, dude was knowledgeable. Let's continue. So we used to go and work out together. We used to lift weights together. You know what I'm saying? When our buildings came out, we all posseed up and went to chow together. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in here with the OG. Now I'm in the cell with the OG. The Muslims come by the OG cell. You see what I'm saying? And selling oil, you know? And I had the Quran. I'm still reading the Quran while I'm doing my Christian thing. Don't get it twisted. But I'm doing my Christian thing more because, that's what I am. But I'm reading Quran. So when the Muslim brothers came up to the cell, and the OG introduced me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, brothers, y'all got some material you can shoot me? And, don't tell a Muslim that. Because then it's on and cracking, right? Because I was A2B there. I can't go out at night. You see what I'm saying? And they used to come by at night, talk to me, woo, 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 but by the OG be out on the yard, boom, they used to shoot me material and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the OG, he just had it popping. You know what I'm saying? He had it so popping up in there that one of his buster little partners in his car tried to get me moved out paperwork-wise, right? There was a correctional officer in there named Brown. I never forget him. He was cool. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he was like, as long as you don't front him when he's on duty, he really don't care what you did. You know what I mean? As long as he couldn't hear it, see it, or smell it. You know what I'm saying? And then if one of those happened, he would let it be known. He would broadcast it. He would say, you disrespected me on my shift. You already know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And then you keep doing what you're doing and he find out who you are, he finna come and toss your whole place. Everything in your cell gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? On the floor. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He was no joke. He came up to the shell. He said, I didn't have an Islamic name yet. He was like, Mr. Whoop-de-Whoop, you transferring cells, right? You know that, right? And I was like, nah, Brown, when's this supposed to happen? I don't know nothing about that. He said, oh, yes, some cat, one of his homeboys is trying to get you moved out. I'm going to give you some time to get it straightened out before I put the paperwork through. I was like, all right, cool. Good looking out, Brown. He was like, okay. OG came back to the cell. I said, OG, one of your homies is trying to get me moved out. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, what? And he was like, oh, and then he knew who it was. You see what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, okay, I got something for this food. Don't even trip. Homeboy ended up coming up to the cell, right? And the OG let him have it. He was like, MF, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. How dare you disrespect me like that, coming up in here trying to get my celly out here, MF. I told you, MF, you're not moving up in this, MF. This shit happened again. You already know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to just put you on a cart or something, and wheel you off the yard. You know what I'm saying? He said, this dude is cool right here. He ain't moving nowhere. He's staying right up in here. Back the fuck up off this cell. You know what I'm saying? Oh, gee, I'd apologize, man. We in there like, nah, man, get your ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? The OG wasn't stupid. He trying to slide up under the OG for the benefits. You see what I'm saying? I ain't in there for the benefits. The OG got his own thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I told y'all, as far as amenities is concerned, the OG had all that, yo. Some days he used to be like, Selly, we ain't even going out today. Here go the TV guy, man. Pick something. Let's just watch TV all day. You know what I'm saying? With trees. Yeah, I said that. With trees all day. You know what I'm saying? Straight dank. You know what I'm saying? And dude was trying to slide up in there for that. You know what I'm saying? And the OG, no, I ain't in there for that. Okay, boom. The Muslims are still sending me materials. I'm with my brothers out there on the yard. I'm gonna tell this quick story, then I'm gonna end it. There was this cat who had a little Oaktown experience. I let him sail with me one time when I was in the county jail, right? Big old dude. His body was just like, another cat could have been a bodybuilder. Anyway, I remember I had got into it with this white cat, right? Boom, I see him up in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? He tried to cat. Oh, I heard the white boy slapped the shit out of you and shit. And I was like, really, homie? I said, yeah, you was my celly before. I said, you really think some shit happened to me like that? I said, now don't get it twisted just because you on a pen. Because we in a pen. You know what I'm saying? I said, because look at you. You out here hustling the weight, partner. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got my piece of paper over there. I got my ducket. I got my store list over there on the rock waiting to get in the stove. You see what I'm saying? While your broke ass is trying to hustle somebody to lift weights so you can get paid. And he did land somebody. And the dude that he landed was also in the Christian car with us. He joined our Christian car when we got to the pen. When I was with the brothers coming from the county. You see what I'm saying? And me and dude got cool, right? And he was paying him. I forgot how much he was paying him, like $30 a week. It wasn't no $50 or nothing like that. It probably was like $30 a month. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, boom. The OG in my cell said, check this out. I know somebody working the store. He knew a Hispanic cat that worked in the store. He's like, man, I'm going to get you up in there. It was hard for dude to get me up in there, right? But what had happened was I was able to get up to the front of the line, like within the first 7, the first 10. I was able to get up in there. You see what I'm saying? It took days for me to get up in there. Just standing in line on the yard. Fools moving your stuff, putting their stuff in front of yours. I mean, fools wanting to scrap. They laying down. Man, it was like that. Anyway, once I got up within that 7, within that 10, he saw me. And when he saw me, he pulled my paperwork and boom, they called me. Boom, I went to the store. You know what I'm saying? I dropped the max that I could then. I think it was like a couple $100 then. And but before that, the OG, when I had asked the OG about advice and everything, he broke me off up there. Gave me like a gang of cookies, gang of soups, big ass bags of potato chips and stuff like that. And I said, wait a minute, OG. I said, remember you told me not to take that from nobody, right? He laughed. He said, no, it's cool. You can take it from me. You know what I'm saying? I said, don't trip. I got money. When I come from the store, I'm going to pay it back to you. Don't even trip. He got even more than that because I end up getting a package sent in his name. And by the time before the package got there, they sent me out. They shipped me to CRC, so he got a free package. And I remember he said, oh, if they send the package and you go on, homie, I'm going to send it back. I was like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? To me, that was fair compensation for him. You know, they had a perm kitted and everything because what really got him was when he had some perm because he was perming his homie from Compton, from this LA crib right here. Long ass perm was dip. And they would perm each other. So I was like, oh gee, I said, I could do a little finger wave. And he was like, oh really? I said, yeah. I said, not long hair, but short hair. I said, can you spare some of that dip? He said, yeah, don't even trip. He gave me some of the dip, right? I went on and dipped him on up, finger waved him up. Boom, had my t-shirt on him. Boom, he paid back to the cell. Boom. After his day at work, man, I took that t-shirt off. He seen the finger waves, baby, and he was like, oh, he's like, damn, Sally, you didn't tell me you had it like that. I was like, yeah, I'm nice like that. You didn't know? He said, I know now. I said, yeah. I said, man, I've been spending so much money out on the street. I just started learning how to doing it by myself. I could take the mirror, yo, and look at my whole head from the back of the mirror, and boom, boom, boom. I hook it up in all different styles, all that. Anyway, so that got even more respect with him for me. You know what I'm saying? So time goes on. He want me to stay with him and do my time with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling y'all, you can file for a hardship if somebody got some ailment in your family, and upon them granting your hardship, you can stay where you at so you have easy access to your family. You know what I'm saying? But I'm keeping it short. So then I got into it with the bodybuilder dude I was telling you about. The dude that he was getting paid from, me and him was partners. I got into it with his celly. His celly was a lifer. You know what I'm saying? Over some cigarettes, over a cigarette deal that was between me and him. You know what I'm saying? This dude was hustling, and then my celly my celly mashed him too. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember he told me about it. He was like, you got the cigarettes from your boy, right? I was like, yeah, I got these OG, from my boy. I wanted to smoke with you because you always smoking with me. I said, he cool. He ain't tripping. When I go to the store, I'm going to pay him back. He was like, all right, cool. Next thing you know, this fool come up, this lifer come up talking about, yeah, man, what's this business with you and my cell? I said, check this out, motherfucker. Stop your lie. So you don't come walking up on my partner's cell. You know what I'm saying? I don't live here. And what goes on between me, you, and your celly is between me and him. You ain't got shit to do with that. I don't give a fuck about you being a lifer partner. You know what I mean? You can try and fuck mine off, but I already know what you about, so I'm going to fuck y'all's off first. And upon me fucking yours off first, I'm going to get out still. And you going to still be in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Astaghfirullah. Ooh, I get hyped, y'all. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. A'udhu billahi min shaitanir rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Then dude bounced. Then dude came back up to the cell. And when he came back up to the cell, my OG was up in there. So I told my OG what happened when my OG got there. Then the OG ran up on him and said, check this out, motherfucker. Astaghfirullah. He said, don't be running up on my cell, getting with my celly. That business is between them. Now me and you got business. Just because you interfered in my celly business. Oh, player B, player B, player B, nah, blah, 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 blah. Nah, you know, because player B ain't no joke. You know what I mean? He got mean car. You know what I'm saying? All he got to do is say go. That man was spending money on that yard, and they wasn't going to let nothing happen to him, period. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. Hell, I remember I got another good story on another joke. So anyway, y'all, I end up leaving there. I got the game from OG. I checked the life for dude, whoop-de-whoop. I paid dude for the cigarettes, and I talked to him about it. He was like, oh, man, I told dude, everything was cool. I said, nah, homie, you got to be harder than that. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking he got punked from the weightlifting partner, to pay him so he could lift weights. You feel me? I said, nah, man, you got to check that fool, homie. You can't be having that. This is the penitentiary, homie. This ain't the county jail. This is real shit. You know what I mean? Astaghfirullah. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go. And we going to pick it up from there when I hit CRC, which is a level 2 penitentiary. And we will continue on the mission from Christianity to AL-Islam. AWRS-one. Dig it. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and do it. Remain blessed, you and your families. Salam, meaning peace. Y'all know how I be tripping, y'all. I left out the best part. Anyway, this is what happened one day. One day we were sitting around in a circle. It's on a Friday. Me and the Christian brothers. You know what I'm saying? We doing our thing, reading our Bible, doing our thing. The brothers, the Muslims, come out of the chapel, you know what I'm saying, after Juma. Now remember, they sliding by my cell all the time, and I'm meeting them because they know my celly. You see what I'm saying? They come and talk to my celly and stuff, selling the oil stuff, kicking with him, incense, stuff like that, right? Boom. Them brothers came out and came over to us, right? And the brother who was the emir of the yard, and I used to see him all the time because he used to come to the cell and talk to my celly. You know what I mean? And I used to see him working out on the yard and stuff. So they walked up on us, right? And our brother said, Alhamdulillah. That means praise be to God, brothers. We see you brothers here all the time, diligently. You know what I'm saying? Reading your book and stuff. And we was like, yeah. So then he said, could you answer a question from me? And we was like, what is your question? And he said, when Jesus was on the cross and he said, oh God, why hast thou forsaken me? Who is he talking to? If he's God the Father himself. So we had the brother who was the most knowledgeable one I told you I thought he was a fruit. He gave his answer, right? And they was like, okay. So remember, dude know me, the Muslim brother know me, because from being in the cell with my celly. So he looked at me, he said, brother, what's your answer, right? And I said, well, to the best of my understanding, that it's the fleshly man that was crying out to God, with dying for the sins of man, right? And he looked at me and he smiled, right? He said, that's a good one right there. I never heard that one before. And then he said, do any of you brothers know the language that Jesus spoke? And at that time, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And did nobody know in that car? And he said he spoke Aramaic, brothers, which is Arabic without vowels. So then the brother, he stepped up with the Quran, he opened it up. He said, you see that right there? And we was like, yeah. He said, see, that's Arabic. And then it's transliterated into English all around the world. This Arabic stays the same. That brother started reading that Arabic. I was like, whoa. I said, okay. So then the discussion started getting heated. Because now the emir is going with our little man in charge. I ain't going to say pastor. I'm just going to say the most knowledgeable Christian that's in our car. He said, well, how do you know since the truth has been rewritten so many times? The dude got hot, right? He was like, because he had a little Bible. He said, because I know, because it's written in here. And then he threw the book down like that, right? And I was like, oh man, I was like, man, this is going too far. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm cool. I said, you know what? I said, man, I'm getting ready to lock it up. I'm cool. And I spun and I started walking it away. And as I was walking away, the emir of the Muslims, he was like, yo, brother, check this out real quick. And I was like, okay. So I said, what's happening, man? He said, check this out. He said, you got a glow. He said, keep seeking knowledge. Spun. Whew. Cut out. The only other time other than that I talked to him was when he came up to the cell to see my cellie. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to tell y'all that. That was my first real encounter with of this way of life called Al-Islam. So inshallah, when we pick back up, inshallah, I'm going to tell y'all what happened at CRC. It's going to be a long series because I want y'all to know everything, and I want you to see all torpedoes involved. AWRS-one, baby. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and do it. Remain blessed once again, you and your families.